Hey everyone, just want to go through this document in a screencast in case you'd rather hear it from me. Um, this is moving your document from good to great. So some pro tips for you to make sure you can get all the points on this project. The project is overviewed right here, and then the rubric is right here. So feel free to go back and check those links out on this document. I'll go through this as quickly as I can. Research is one piece of this project. In order to make sure that you get all the points, you want to make sure that your research is comprehensive, that you're using quotes and descriptions, facts, details, examples, all that stuff that show a high level of understanding. So there's a few different tips for you here. Direct quotes, powerful images, selecting just the right data that really demonstrates the problem and shows that you've really gotten to know the problem well. You're proving the problem as best you can. Think about your works cited. Does that look like it should? Have you done the best job you can with that given our circumstances? Use what you know. You can use easybib.com. That might be a good resource for you to find that, or even go back to those articles that you found and make sure that if there was MLA citations on there, that you can just use that. So that's research. Advocacy plan. We worked on this last week. Thinking about an advocacy plan, you are considering other factors that might inhibit or enhance effective implementation. So as you think about your plan for either inventing, innovating, or campaigning something, you're thinking, what are some roadblocks that I might find in my way? What are some things that might cause me difficulty? What are the realistic things that might get in the way of my ideas? So think about some of that. You can look at these questions in red here for whatever you've decided to do: inventions, innovations, or campaigns. For a campaign, how is that going to look, and what are some ways that might work best given who you're trying to target, and what are some things that might get in the way of a good campaign? Those are the kind of things I'm looking for, that you've really done a thorough job thinking about your advocacy plan. Your oral presentation. Again, this is a project that is designed to be given in an auditorium. We're not in an auditorium in front of an audience. You're just going to be delivering this to me. So think about these things as best you can, but just know the reality of the situation and know that I know that too. You should try to make sure that you have practiced a little bit. So deliver your presentation if you want to practice with your group or on your own even. Make sure you've rehearsed it and you're not just giving it for the first time to me. You should be focused. Things should be as smooth as they can. As I've been recording these screencasts, I find it's hard to make sure that everything's smooth all the time. So I get that. I try to use eye contact as much as possible, and I know that's awkward too. You're looking at the screen, but then you also have to look up here at the camera. Do the best job you can with that, given our circumstances. Try to be as clear as you can be, and try to use good volume and make sure that you're set up for that as best you can. It says dress for success there. That would have been a piece of the project we would have done if we were in person. Don't worry about that. If you want to dress for success, great. Let's see what that looks like for you if you want to, but if you don't, you can do this in your pajamas as well. Exceeding, we'll just make sure that you have an energetic presentation, that you're trying to captivate the audience as best you can. Again, thinking about a flashy start, and just thinking about knowing who is saying what and keeping your energy up so that you're engaging, and just in that 5 minutes delivering the best presentation you can. You know what a good presentation looks like, I think. Try to do the best job you can to give one. A couple more tips here. If you want to write a script and stuff so you know what you're going to say, that might be a good thing for you to think about. Just a couple more tips there. The last thing, and this is probably the most valuable piece for you right now, since you are probably coming up with your final presentations. Exceeding will get you 15 points rather than 14 points, so it's only a 1 point difference, but try to make sure that your presentation is as unique as you can make it and as impressive as you can make it, again, given the circumstances. If you feel like you've been working on this for way too long and you can't go this extra step to make it really great, that's okay. I totally understand that. If you're dedicating more time to this than you want to, all this stuff is going to take a little bit extra time, but I think it's really going to make these presentations pop. So if you can dedicate some thought and time to this, it might make for a better presentation and you'll get that extra point. So I talked a little bit about authentic images in my other screencast. These are things that are created by you. So something that you've drawn, or you've created an image online, maybe even a Google drawing that you've done. Take a picture on your phone, create your own video. All of these things could really put that extra step into this project, really put your fingerprints all over this project so that you can kind of own it. If you can't find a picture online that's good, come up with your own. Do the best job you can with that. That's really what we've seen over the years in the best presentations. There are some other things to consider here. If you do find images online, here's how you can give credit to the source. There's a video here for you to watch. Pexels.com is a great place to find stock photos. So photos that other people have taken that you can use for free. You can go there. There's a couple other sites like that, but this is the one that I think is probably the best. As we've been doing this project, you've seen different logos and stuff in my slides from the United Nations and things that represent the goals. So that is the website for this. This is really a great resource, I think. Let me show you. All these little logos and things you can use for free. You're just going to need to dig a little bit and download them. So here's the whole grid here. All these are free, but you can go even by goals and targets. And if you want to just go through and find your goal, you'll probably find some pretty good images that you could use that really are directly from the United Nations. So that's a great tip for you to maybe just make your presentation pop a little bit more. Use that site. I've been using Slides Carnival for a number of years, and it's just a way to find great templates for Google Slides. They come up with new ones all the time, and I think if you could find one that would work for you, it might give you that extra pop and make it a little bit more interesting. The slides I've been using in my screencast are from Slides Carnival. You could use that one, or there's plenty of other ones. And below here are some digital tools. If we had more class time and stuff, I would maybe ask people to dig into these and think more about these. Again, if you feel like you've done enough work given our distance learning, please don't feel like you have to go the extra mile here, but these have been useful in the past for our students. One thing I would say is Canva is really good to create infographics and things like that. It's pretty easy to use. There's a few other links here that maybe you're familiar with or not. Some of these require parent permission, and some of them are only for people 13 and up. Again, don't feel like you have to go the extra mile and use this. These are just things that we've found that have worked well for students in the past. So that's all that. Just wanted to walk you through that. And yeah, thanks for listening. Good luck to everybody on everything if you have questions. Thanks for listening.